Welcome to another edition of the End of Day Report with yours truly, Dex the Algo Capitalist, aka the Vulcan, coming to you live from PulseWaveTrading.com, home of the world famous PulseWave price trigger reports that we put in your hand each and every trading day. That's right. We try to keep it on and popping on and pushing with you each and every trading day. And that's just how we do, man. We family. We like to take care of each other. All right. So that you can know what time it is and what you can look for with these markets. Now it is Thursday night, which is a special night. This is when we get the end of day price inflection points. Now, for those that don't know what I'm talking about, intraday price inflection points are very crucial and integral to what we do because without them, you won't know where the market stands. What that means is this lets you know where the markets need to close by tomorrow's trading in order to remain in a bullish or bearish position or to put in a short-term top or a short-term bottom altogether. So that's why we does this the way we do it, so that you'll know what time it is. All right. So typically, what we do is we go over the cryptocurrencies, we go over the futures, and we go over the forex, and then we take a couple of recos at the end. All right, and that's just what we do. We like to keep it pushing, give people a chance so that you can monitor your portfolios. Now, for those that do not know, I have to explain. When it comes to trading the cryptos, okay, a Friday for cryptos lasts, okay, it starts from 6 p.m. Thursday night and runs all the way through 6 p.m. Eastern Standard New York time Sunday night. All right, so those are how, that's a Friday for the cryptos. Don't ask me why or how that is. It's just one of those things that is. I can't quantify it for you. I can only tell you that that's just the way it is. All right. And you just have to know that going into it. We do not trade on the weekends and we do not trade on holidays. All right. I encourage all of my pulse waivers to take the weekends and holidays off to spend with friends and family. You do have to push back from your computer and decompress. That's what weekends are for. All right. So that you can chill out. If you don't and all you do is work, 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 then you'll never be stress free. You'll always be stressed out because you never decompress. And that's why we don't trade on the weekends. I know a lot of people would love just to go in there and bang out the cryptos on the weekend. Some of you may be single, don't have friends and family. I get it. But I would still encourage you to find a hobby or something that you can do, regardless of what it is, stamp collecting, bottle top collecting, playing video games, whatever. Anything that's healthy and constructive so that you can not be in the markets all the time. Okay. Uh, I love what I do. I love the markets. It's not work for me. I enjoy it. But even still, I don't try to think about markets on the weekend. All right. I try to relax because my business day starts Sunday afternoon and runs until Friday in the morning. So after I do my live in the morning on Friday mornings, I'm gone. The rest of it, I'm off. I'm done the rest of the day. I don't trade on Fridays. I try not to put in new positions on Fridays. There are those instances where I will do that, but it's not common and it's not regular. All right, so now that I have explained all that to you, let's go ahead and jump into it because we have a lot of ground to cover. All right, so let's go ahead and pull up some stuff here. Also, for those that don't know, tomorrow is what we call Take Back Friday. Okay. Take Back Friday is where if a market has been up all week, I expect that market to pull back on Friday due to profit taking. Likewise, if a market has been down all week, I would expect that market to get a little bit of a rise on profit taking. Sometimes, on the rare situation, we will have times where the market would choose to rally or sell off on a Friday, which is a continuation pattern. So if the market's been down all week, it could continue to fall, and vice versa in bull market. So you just really never know. But as a rule of thumb, we do expect pullbacks and minor, not corrections, but just pullbacks, as people like to take money off the table so they can party on the weekend and all that good stuff. All right, so that's just a little bit of background on what we do on Thursdays and why Thursdays are very special. Okay. Also, on Fridays, we do not do end of day reports. All right, that end of day reports are for Monday through Thursday. All right, so there you have it. With all that being said, let's jump right into it because we got a lot of charts to knock out. We go very fast. If you miss something or you come in late, you can always rewatch the video, okay, in the end. All right, so the first thing on here, and it's in no particular order, we just run through it. First one here is 88 Cardano on the crypto side of the pond. As you can see here, we had a rally alert. We got a little bit of production on that today. I'm expecting a possibility of just a little bit more production out of this one. It is in a bull market, and I think it could break through the overhead resistance and keep pushing. So this one I'm looking for a little bit more upside before you get that pullback. All right, next we got EOS, okay? EOS. All right, so again, rally alert. We got some upside production here. I think this one has a little bit more upside to go to, even though we're in a bear market, and technically we are bumping it up against some overhead resistance, and this isn't an official corrective position. I still think that it has the potential to go higher. So this one, we're still riding with the rally alert. Okay, on ETH, Ethereum, had the rally alert, and look at all the upside production we got. All right, so I still think this one has a way to go as well. I think it probably will continue to rally for the next few days. So this one's looking good to the long side as well. Take a look now at KCS on the crypto side. All right, just as I suspected, the chart is a mess, but it's okay. On this one here, you got you had a rally alert on this one. This one, though, in order for it to maintain a bullish outlook for next week, it does need to close above 0.9711. All right, anything below that is bearish. Anything above it is bullish. Okay, just wanted to give that to you. All right, let me go back because I forgot to give you the numbers on 88 Cardano. 88 Cardano, you want to see the market close above 0.1379. All right, on EOS, you want to see the market close above 3.0377. Anything below that is bearish. On Ethereum, you would like for this market to stay above 388.827. All right. Anything above that is bullish. Anything below that is bearish. All right. Now let's go to Lend, LEND. All right. On this one, you want to see the market close above 0.4160. Anything above that is bullish. Anything below that is bearish. All right. As far as Link is concerned, you want to see Link close above 14.1958. Anything above that is bullish. Anything below it is bearish. And we are looking at the rally alert here. So I do believe that the longs still have temporary control of that market. Going over to Litecoin. Litecoin is benefiting from the rally alert we had back here. Starting to get a little bit of upside production. I still think it can give us a little bit more, even though momentum has come off. So this one is in a crossroads. We got this rally alert. I think we can get more upside potential on it, but it is still technically in a corrective phase. And the momentum right now is moving against it and making it hard for the market to rally. And it is in a bear market. So this one we're going to have to see. Just pop your way through it. You're going to definitely have to follow the report. Follow the report to a T. All right, looking at NEO on the crypto side. Again, rally alert here. Market starting to get some upside momentum. I think it has a little bit more ways to the upside it can go. You want to see it close above 13.8313. As long as it can stay above that, it remains in the bull camp. On Litecoin, did I give you that number? Litecoin needs to stay above 55.4563 in order to maintain a bullish outlook for next week. All right, looking at NEO. Again, rally alert, starting to get a little bit of upside production. You just want to see this market stay above 13.8313. Anything above that is bullish. Quantum. All right, again, we had that rally alert, got a little bit of upside production. You just want to see this one stay above 2.7783. All right, anything above that is bullish. Next is Theta. All right, so Theta is under the auspices of a crash alert. As long as the market stays below 0.3686, the market is bearish. All right, if it gets above it, that's bullish, and that puts in a short-term bottom. All right, taking a look now at Very on the crypto side. All right, so Very right now is operating under the auspices of a rally alert, trying to get some momentum behind it. As long as the market stays below 4.0585, it remains bearish. All right, you want to see it get above that. That will put in that short-term bottom. Looking at ABC. ABC is operating under the rally alert. Waiting for some upside production on that one. You just want to see the market stay above 287.61. If it can do that, then you'll be good to go on the bull side for next week. Close below it, and it's bearish. Taking a look now at VET. VET has a crash alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading. As long as the market stays below 0.0198, okay, it is bearish. If it moves above it, then it puts itself in a bullish position and puts in actually a short-term bottom. Taking a look now at waves. As you can see here, we had the rally alert and the market just exploded on the waves. Hopefully some of you caught that. It was on the report. You could have really made out on that one. That was a really good one. As long as the market can stay above 2.2174, you're looking good for a continuation rally into next week. Next on the list, we got XEM. All right, so we're operating under the auspices of a rally alert on XEM. You don't want to see the market get below 0.0603. All right, if it stays above it, it remains in the bull camp. Next, we got XRP. XRP has this rally alert, starting to get a little bit sunshine here, a little bit of upside production. You just want to see the market stay above 0.2853. All right, to maintain that bullish momentum. All right, next we got XTZ. XTZ right now is operating under a crash alert. As long as the market stays below 3.9416, all right, if it drops below that, it's bearish. If it can stay above it, it's in the bull camp. Next, we got ZEC. All right, so we had that rally alert and we got no production. Instead, we got a crash alert corresponding. So with this one, excuse me, it stays in the bear camp as long as it stays below 84.3117. It remains in the bear camp. All right, next on the list is ZRX. ZRX has a crash alert as well for tonight into tomorrow's trading. As long as the market stays below 0.4397, it is bearish. If it gets above it, it switches to the bull camp. All right, here, let's see what else we got. All right, on the next one here, we got ZRX. ZRX has a crash alert, and we're looking for this one to possibly drop below 0.4397. If it stays above it, however, it remains in a bullish mode. If it does drop below that, then it puts itself in a bearish predicament. Taking a look now at the E-mini S&P 500 futures contract, you can see just still the market does not want to pull back. It's hanging in there. Even though it may look top heavy, this is a bull market and it's really trying to hang in there. Excuse me. As long as the market stays above 33.48, it remains bullish for next week. Taking a look now at the infamous gold futures. So we had that drop, then we got this rally alert. We got a little bit of upside production today. It may continue to break out in the overnight market, but as long as it stays above 1972.50, then it's in the bull camp. But if it closes below that, it actually opens up a possible sell-off next week, and it could sell off quite heavy. NASDAQ 100 futures. All right, so we had the rally alert coming into it today. Gave me like no love, just a little inch of upside production. Maybe we'll have round 2 tonight. I don't know. But as long as the market can stay above 11,084 3/4, it should remain healthy for next week. If not, you know where we're going to go. Going back to the crypto space, BNB. Rally alert we go. Is what you want to see is you want to see this one get above 21.6258. If it can't, then it's bearish for next week. Ugly chart. Crude oil got a crash alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading. What do you want to see? The market will be bearish if it drops below 42.13, $42.13. If it drops below that, it is bearish. Excuse me again. All right, let's see. Russell, my hustle. So you start off with a crash alert, but you've gotten zero downside production. What does this mean? It means that right now the market's in a bull camp, but it quickly enters into the bear camp if it closes below 1571.70. All right, so this one's looking like it wants to fall and lead the market down. It's looking like the weaker sister here. All right, silver. First of all, I just want to say thank you, silver. I have been enjoying this ride. I missed the pullback, but I sure enough enjoyed you today. Had a rally alert coming into today, and I enjoyed all of that. I got out before the end of the day. I wanted to go ahead and just be done with it, and that's what I did. Nice little rally. I enjoyed it. We could get a continuation pattern tonight, but we're starting to bump up against some overhead resistance. I'm really thinking the metals may pull back more here, ladies and gentlemen. If you're along the silver, if you took the rally alert, you need to start doing something with your pop or something. You gotta watch this thing. This thing can be a monster. I love silver. You know, I'm not scared at all. I think they've raised the futures margin on it too, man, to like $4,000 a contract on the micro mini. So I don't know, but just check it. Check your broker on that one. All right, so you want to see silver stay above $26.57. You don't want to see it drop below that because then that opens up the bear camp for next week. All right, you don't want to see that. Okay. Trust me, you don't want to see it. You don't want to see it. You want to see, just like with gold, you want gold to stay above $1,972.50 an ounce, or it's not looking good either. Looking at corn. Corn right now has a rally alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading. What do you want to see? You want to see the market get to and stay above 327 and a quarter. If it drops below that, it loses the bull upside momentum. All right, looking at soybeans now. Beans have a rally alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading as well, picking up on a continuation of the original rally alert here. And then look at this beautiful upside production we're getting in the grain market. The pulse waves are nasty. All right, what do you want to see? You want to see beans get up to and stay above 881 and a half. Drop below it, and it's a reversion. The market will fall apart. Looking at wheat. Wheat has a rally alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading. It seems to be the laggard here. I think wheat does want to get back above $5. So as long as wheat can remain, it can get to and stay and close above 497, I think is a good argument that this one could try to rally next week. But if it can't and doesn't, then that opens up a bear discussion. What about the mighty Dow? All right, so here goes the Dow. Dow has a crash alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading. Yes, it does. If the market drops below 27,598, then we got a bear scenario to look forward to next week. Switching over to the Australian dollar. Australian dollar right now, the bears are in control of this market. What do you want to see for a short-term top? If the market closed below 71.61, that would be a short-term top and open up for a market drop next week. Yeah, we're getting there, folks. All right, staying with the forex space, let's look at the Canadian dollar. Canadian dollar has a crash alert, and we got that downside production today. Looks like this momentum was going to start picking up on the downside on the Canadian dollar. What does it need to do to put in a short-term bottom? You need to close above 132.88 tomorrow. If it does it, it puts in a short-term bottom. If it can't, well, then that's another discussion. Now we're talking about putting in a new leg down if it fails. What about the U.S. dollar index? Well, the U.S. dollar index has been kind of trying to put in a base right here for a rally. It's been really struggling. You've gotten no commitment on this one, except for the rally alert did get you some upside production, not a lot, but it did get you some. And now you stage another rally alert here. So this is 3 rally alerts back to back with only 1 crash alert. I think this one right here is going to try to pull a rabbit out of the hat. I think the upper resistance trend line here is the target. I think it wants to get back to 95. It's just really struggling with the momentum being so weak. So what do we need to do to put in a short-term bottom in the U.S. dollar? Market needs to close above 93.32 tomorrow. If it can't, well, then that's another discussion. The mighty Bitcoin. What do you got to do for me, Bitcoin? What's going on? So we had this nice production here from the rally alerts. Look at that, all that beautiful upside production. Now we got the crash alert. We got no production, followed by a rally alert. We got some a little bit of upside production today. I think this one has the potential to give us more upside production. So even though the momentum came off a bit, I think the market's going to try to lock back in. As long as the Bitcoin can stay and close above this weekend, 11,511. That's 11,511.45. All right, 11,511.45. If it can stay above it, then you have a nice bull argument for next week, and we can expect a rally. All right, here is the euro dollar. Euro dollar right now is operating under the auspices of the crash alert, even though you had a nice little bump up rally today. I think right now, as it stands, it's right at resistance around the 119 level. What does it need to do? It needs to stay above 117.94. If it loses this, then you're looking at a sharp sell-off for next week in the euro dollar. Yes, sir, Bob. Take a look at the euro yen. Euro yen shot higher, putting in another high, man. It's on fire, right? And because it trades with the S&P 500, the question you got to ask yourself is this, the euro yen tends to lead the U.S. stock market at times, okay? Sometimes you could say most of the time. So if that's the case, maybe they're catching up to each other and we got more upside to go in the stock market. I don't know. This is an interesting one because right now it's kind of looking like it's leading the stock market because we never got this kind of production in the stock market. This is, you know what I'm saying? It's weird how this is all playing out. So as long as the euro yen can close above 125.47, it remains in the bull camp, and you got to call it higher. All right, looking at the pound sterling right now. Pound sterling, crash alert is what we're under right now. In order to put in a short-term top, it needs to close below 130.68. If it does it, then we got ourselves a short-term top. Looking at the Japanese yen, rally alert after rally alert. Now we're up here around this resistance area. What do we need to do to keep the bull perspective open? Well, we have to close above 106.40. All right, 106.40 puts it in a bullish mood for next week. Looking at the Mexican peso now, sticking with forex, down she goes, negative momentum, crash alert. The market needs to close above 22.3664 in order to put in short-term bottom, and I don't see that happening tomorrow. So expect more downside next week. How about the Widowmaker, Nat Gas, baby? All right, so we got a rally alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading on that Nat Gas. I think this one will probably get the $3, y'all, straight up. So right now, as long as the Nat Gas stays above $2.15, I think it's a contender. It's a contender for a rally for next week. Who's going to have the most explosive rally next week? I might have to start trading some Nat Gas. All right, taking a look at the Kiwi. Kiwi is under the auspices of the crash alert, and it's in a corrective mode, and it's already hitting the initial target of trendline support. Do we have more downside to go? The momentum readings say yep. So what does that mean? This market would need to close above 65.88 in order to put in a short-term bottom. So that's all it needs to do. If it closes below it, then we go lower. All right, looking at the South African Rand, we got this crash alert, been getting a little bit of downside production. We're right at that trend line support initial target, though. Are we going to fall below the Kumo cloud and accelerate to the downside? Right now, the momentum is suggesting that it is a possibility, but what do we need to see? If the market closes below 17.4668, then you can bet that we're probably going to have a significant drop here shortly. All right, over to the equity side of the street, we got ticker SRNE, which is Sorrento Therapeutics. We got a rally alert for tomorrow on this one. What do we need to see? In order to keep the bullish perspective afloat, we need a close tomorrow above $13.67. Failure to reach it, and then we have another discussion talking about some selling for next week. Looking at staying with the equity side, we're over here now at GoDaddy, ticker GDDY. Nice upside production from the rally alerts. What do we need to do to keep this hope alive? You need to close tomorrow above $78.09. Close below it, and this thing will sell off and hit the ground. Moving over now to BTG on the crypto side, we have this rally alert. Got some nice upside production there. We got the bullish weekly momentum. What do we need to do to keep this party going? We need to close above 10.5405. Close below it, and the bull train stops. Next on the list, we swing back over here to the equity side of the street. We got the crash alert in full effect, getting nice downside production. Trendline support is still the initial target, hanging up around that $13 mark. What do you need to do in order to put in a short-term bottom? That would take a lot. This market would need to close tomorrow above $15.74. However, if it fails to do so, then you can expect more downside for next week. All right, sticking to the equity side of the street, we got the next ticker, AR, which is Ontario Resources. We got a crash alert in full effect for tomorrow. Trendline support is the target. A close below $3.97 would be bearish. All right, taking a look here at AM. There's an AR and a, okay. All right, so that was Ontario Resource. Okay, the next one is Ontario Midstream. Okay, ticker is AM as in Mark. All right, so this was an interesting chart. So we had this crash alert followed by a rally alert. This one is trying to make up its mind what it wants to do. So for right now, I got to ride with the rally alert. I think we have just enough momentum to make this happen. So a close above $6.99 tomorrow is all that's needed to keep that window open for the rally alert possibility into next week. All right, let's see. Looking at staying with the equity side, looking at the ETF side now for the Bitcoin. The ticker is GBTC, the Bitcoin ETF. Rally alert, but we got no production today. So today was just day one. Tomorrow's day two. What do we need to do in order to keep this possibility alive for next week? You just need to close above $13.19. All right, that's all you need. Failure to do it, though, will make it hard for that argument to come true unless Bitcoin shows off over the weekend. All right, so next on here, we got the Ethereum Etf. The ticker is ETHE. Got a rally alert here too. I think this one wants to get up to the trend line resistance of $100. That's your first target. Second target is 150 at the bottom of the Kumo cloud. Right now, though, the momentum is not on your side. So we may or may not get any upside production tomorrow due to the momentum not being there. What do we need to see, though? We need to see the market close above $91.40 tomorrow to put in a short-term bottom. The way this thing has been moving, that doesn't look likely. So perhaps this one may need a few more days' time to work things out. Taking a look now at Dash, sticking with the crypto space. We got a crash alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading. What do we need to do? We need to see a close above $90.70, though, to keep the bullish perspective alive. So that's what you need to see on that one. Next on the list, we got DGB, sticking with the crypto side. So we're under the auspices right now of a crash alert. What do we need to see? You need to see the market close above 0.0356 in order to put in a short-term bottom. Failure to do so only keeps the door open for more selling into next week. Next, crypto side of the aisle we stay. We got a crash alert auspices for the DIVI. What do you need to see here? You need to see a close above a 0.0724 in order to put in a short-term bottom. Failure to do that one will keep this one in the bear camp. All right, last but not least, we got the Doji Coin, DOGE. All right, so this one has a crash alert for tonight and tomorrow's trading as well. In order to put a short-term bottom on this one, it would need to close above 0.00346606. Failure to do that will keep this thing undecided, even though it is in a bull market, but the momentum is questionable. It's kind of flatlined at the moment. All right, and so there you go. We just ran through every one of them charts. Okay, I see those latecomers in there with their request. Let's go ahead and knock these out for you so we can call it a wrap. All right, so you got AG on there. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, so AG, as you can see, has a rally alert for tomorrow's trading. It needs to close above $12.24 to put in a short-term bottom. All right, so it's going to really have to do some moving and shaking to get out of this bearish camp that it is currently in. All right, next on the list, we got, what is that? NAC? Oh, good old NAC. All right, Northern Dynasty Minerals. Okay. All right, so on NAC, you got a rally alert coming into today. You really didn't get any upside production. So today was just day one, tomorrow's day two, but you got the beginning stages of a bearish weekly trend momentum. So that's going to cause quite a problem and possible discouragement on this one. But you do have the bull market perspective still in place. So what do you need to have happen? You need this market to stay above $1.50. All right, it has to stay above $1.50. If it closes below $1.50, then you're in jeopardy of dropping to the bottom of the Kumo cloud and even below it. So that's what you want to see. You want to see it get out of the corrective phase that it is currently in. All right, let's see here. That's it. All right, that is it. All right, so we're done, man. We knocked it out. We did it. We did it. What up to everybody in the live chat? Thank you for your participation. I want to say we had a really, really, really good trading week. There was a lot of money on the line, a lot of money in the markets, and we made it do what it do. Today was just a little bit disappointing, except for silver. Silver paid me well today. I really enjoyed the silver trade. I went ahead and took profit on that. Gold and the NASDAQ really didn't do anything for me. I didn't like the way those were moving. So I went ahead and took small losses on those because they just were not participating. I wasn't getting any real production out of it. And that's what I'll do. So like in midday, I take a look at the portfolio. If the portfolio is not performing, what I do is I'll look. But let's say like today, silver was really moving. And so I was like, yo, this silver is looking really good. But then I looked at the NASDAQ and the gold. The NASDAQ started to give me a little bit of upside production, but then it pulled back pretty substantially and it never got back up. And I said, okay, forget that. I'm just going to pull this one. And then I looked at the gold, and gold also pulled back on me. I thought we were going to at least get back up to maybe possibly the 2000 mark, or at least the high 90s, and it just didn't do it. It looked like it was going to go there, and then it just fell down. Also, it was a late day trigger. I didn't get into the trade until the afternoon. It took a long time for the market to get there, but I thought once it caught up to silver, perhaps we were going to pick up some momentum, but it just didn't do it. So I went ahead and pulled both of those. I think I lost like $60 on both. Took a little $60 loss on that one. But the silver trade more than made up for the NASDAQ and the gold's failure to perform. That's why I recommend that you only focus on a handful of markets so that you'll get a feel for how the markets move and behave. And it's not a bad idea if you're really getting production on a trade. And in my case, I had 3 going. I took the silver and let that rock, and I went ahead and cut the gold and the NASDAQ because once they filled me and it started to look like they were going to rally, they just lost it all of a sudden. Like after lunch, they just fell apart. And I mean, it wasn't devastating. I think it was like a $60 pullback or something. I just didn't like the way it was moving. I'd say forget it. You're not performing. Silver is kicking your butt. I'm out of here. And I'll do that from time to time. Like really, it wasn't a situation where I had to wait and be patient, let the trade develop. So let me explain to you why I did it. The reason why I did it is because I didn't have time for the trade to develop. It's Thursday. It's either you perform today or you're not going to perform at all. Tomorrow is too late. I do not initiate new trades on Fridays unless there's some type of possibility of an event or something over the weekend that could really, give me that bag. And if that's the case, then I only will put on a small position. It's like a fire insurance in case the market does something crazy. in my favor, I would like to already be in the trade. So for instance, let's say there was some kind of like really crucial vote tomorrow, right? And let's say it looked like it could be bearish for the stock market. In that case, what I would do, if there was something happening over the weekend, what I would do is I would say, okay, if the market's up a little bit tomorrow, I would go in and I would just pick a market to short. NASDAQ, Dow, Russell, one of them, S&P, one of them, and I put on a very small short position. And if that thing happens over the weekend and on Sunday night the market opens up gap down by a couple of 100 points, at that point when I see that, I immediately pull the trade and take profit. That's all I was looking for. See what I'm saying? That's how I do that. Those are rare though. Those don't happen a lot. And usually when you have those situations, it's already well within the trend anyway. So right now, where's the risk in the stock market, ladies and gentlemen? Anyone know the answer to that? The risk is to the downside, not the upside. So if you were going to just roll the dice and take a short, even though one doesn't exist, you have really very limited to lose during this point because the market is so exhausted where it is right now. Now, I'm not recommending anyone do that. I'm just giving examples on trading processes that I go through mentally when I'm making decisions. But that's why I designed the system so that I would not have to go through those mental gymnastics every time I want to put a trade on. I just follow what the report says and do it. And that's it. All right, so it's really that easy. All right, why is it called Kumo Cloud? Well, back in I think if I remember correctly, the story, back in the 1940s, a Japanese businessman created the Ikemuko trading methodology, and the Kumo Cloud is a derivative of that. There's a bunch of free stuff on the internet explaining it better than I can. I do not use it like other people use it. I do not use any standard technical indicators the way other people use them or the way that they tell you to use it. If you read the person who made the indicator, if you read their book, I don't use it that way. All right, so I just don't. I use the Kumo Cloud as a way to explain to you the market. Kumo Clouds are a great chart tool to help you see visually, how the price action is setting up. But if you notice, I don't have the T line, I don't have the K line, I don't have the Chico span, I don't have none of that on there. Just the Kumo Cloud. Because I don't use the Ikemuko formula to trade. I use it to do videos. I found it was the most helpful tool that existed to show my charts, to show charts. So everything that I put on my chart is there to help you see visually the picture of past performance in the market. It is not a trading system or strategy. Some people do use the itchy thing to trade with. I'm not one of them. I do not believe that any standard indicator that comes with your standard charting package is viable, because if it was, it wouldn't be there. I've tested just about every indicator you can think of, even indicators I can't even name or say the name correctly. I've tested everything you could think of, every type of strategy. The only thing that I see that works and knows that works is the algos. Algos have always worked for me. All right, when I say algos, we're talking hundreds, if not thousands of lines of code, take into account just about every chart, candlestick formation, chart pattern, all of that standard gobbledygook, along with other stuff, sophisticated methodologies to look at market behavior and market depth, dark pools, options markets, all types of stuff. All right, I use a lot of proprietary stuff that took me over 20 years to build and to test and use in real time with real money. So I know what works, and that's my system. And that's what I stick to. I don't try to overthink anything. There's no way in the world I can remember all of my strategies and techniques and all of my experience. There's so many different variables. I'm just a human being. I can't remember all that stuff. And at any given moment when you got to make split-second decisions, you can't either. That's why I use the algorithms, because my brain has been programmed and coded into that, all of my experience, everything. And it's that just looking at one little chart formation or one little candlestick. It's looking at hundreds. It's looking at all types of stuff. It's looking at Gann lines. It's looking at Fibonacci numbers. It's looking at things I can't even remember because we're talking 20 years worth of stuff. It's looking at all of that. So I take all the complicated, all the gobbledygook, and I narrow it down. And that's how the PulseWave price trigger report was developed. So all I do is, like, I'm a robot. I just run the reports and do what the report says. If the report says wait until the market falls here to buy it, then that's what I do. If it says wait until the market rises up here to sell it, then that's what I do. If it says wait for the market to rise before you buy it, then I'll do that. If it says wait for the market to fall before you sell it, then I'll do that. And then sometimes it says you're not going to be doing anything. And so, you don't have to be trading the market every day. And if you use the report correctly, you won't be in the market every day. And sometimes you'll find yourself even a week. I've seen it where a week or maybe even 2 weeks can go by before I even get filled in a trade. It just depends on the market conditions and what market we're talking about. So that's why I say, follow about maybe 5 things. All right. So you can follow, and that can be a mixture. It could be forex, stocks, futures, and crypto. Right. But just pick, like I say, just 5 things. 5 things is all you can really humanly watch. Anything more than that, and you're just burdening yourself down. So if you can just narrow it down to 5 things, you're good to go. Like today, I put on 4 tickets last night, and I only got filled in 3. And that was perfect. That was enough. I don't need to be in every market. I just need to be in something that's moving and making me money. That's it. It doesn't have to be anything sexy. I don't care if I'm trading corn. All right. Corn is the most unsexy market on the planet. But if corn is moving and the NASDAQ is not, then guess what I'm trading? I'm trading corn. See what I'm saying? All right, I'm out of here, fam, man. Remember, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. You got your margin orders. You got your reports. Some of you probably need to start putting them tickets in. Handle your business. Do what you got to do. If you're already in open positions, long or short, go ahead and start handling your business and moving things around so that you don't play yourself. All right, some of you may even need to take profit tomorrow. Do what you need to do. Remember, you will never go broke taking profits, all right? But you will go broke by not taking profits and letting the market turn on you and move against you. These are volatile times, all right? These are very volatile times, very volatile markets, and they can turn on you on a dime like it did to me today. It didn't burn me, but it made me feel some type of way because it didn't pay me. It filled me and then pulled back and just sat there and refused to move while silver was hitting new intraday highs. So I said, you're out of here and you're out of here. Bye-bye gold, bye-bye NASDAQ, hello silver, boom. And that's just how you got to move sometime, all right? I'll see y'all tomorrow morning for the pre-market pulse scan, and I'm out. Good night. Peace.